Hi, welcome to our second video. So now we're going to continue talking about keyword transformations. So the next topic is succeed in and manage to. So these two verbs mean ter sucesso em or conseguir fazer algo. For example, I managed to pass the test. So this means eu consegui passar. Okay? People, this manage is written the same way as gerenciar. Manage is the verb gerenciar. But manage to is conseguir. Manage is easy. You just say manage to. But succeed goes with the preposition in. Let's see it. I succeeded because it's in the past. Look, succeed is present. Oops. Succeed is present. In the past, it succeeded. In. And remember, in English, we have that rule. Prepositions go with ing. So, I succeeded in passing the test. Okay? I succeeded in passing. Let's see one more example. They have managed to finish the let's write something different. The report. Eles conseguiram terminar o relatório. They have managed to finish the report. How can I write this sentence using succeeded? So, they have succeeded in finishing the report. Okay, so succeed in doing, in finishing, in passing. Succeed in plus ing. Remember, present, succeed, past, succeeded. Okay? Let's try the exercises. So my brother managed to pass his driving test. So my brother succeeded in passing his driving test first time. Right? I failed to persuade Tom to take up stamp collecting. People, to take up something is to start an activity. Okay? To take up is to start an activity. So, I failed to persuade Tom to take up stamp collecting. Let's translate this sentence. Eu falhei em persuadir o Tom a começar a coleção de selos. My God. People, if I failed, it's something negative, right? So I can say, I didn't succeed. I failed. I didn't succeed in persuading Tom to take up stamp collecting. Right? Didn't succeed in persuading. Let's check letter C. After searching for 12 hours, the rescue team managed to find the missing climbers. Os alpinistas, então depois de 12 horas, eles conseguiram encontrar os alpinistas perdidos, né? After searching for 12 hours, the rescue team succeeded in finding the missing climbers. Right? The last one. The manager failed to persuade Karen to take the job. So, if the manager failed, the manager didn't succeed in persuading. Right? So, succeed in doing something. Very good. Let's go to our next topic. It's very important as well. People, all these topics we have been studying here are fairly important for FCE. So, do the exercises, study, they are all very, very important. Of course, we'll study them again during our classes, but why not study now too? Then you get better and better. We're going to check now the verb prevent from. Prevent is the verb impedir, and you use it with the preposition from. Let's check one example. The rain prevented us from going out. A chuva nos impediu de sair. From. Preposition ing. Remember that rule in English. Preposition. After preposition, you use a verb with ing. Very important rule. Let's check another example. The traffic prevented them from arriving on time. O tráfego impediu eles de chegar a tempo. Prevented them from arriving. Okay? This is the verb prevent. Let's check the exercises. So letter A. I couldn't hear what he said because of the noise. So the noise prevented me from, I couldn't hear, so prevented me from hearing what he said. Prevented me from hearing. People, if you want to pause the video and try letter C, D, B, C, and D, then we play it again when we're going to check it. But anyway, let's continue. The immigration officials did not let him come into the country. So, the immigration officials prevented him from, so they didn't let him come. Prevented him from coming. Right? Floods, enchente is flood, okay, meant rescue workers could not get to the village. So, rescue workers, here we have passive, eles foram impedidos, were prevented from getting. So here, people, this sentence would be translated as something like foram impedidos, but it's the same, from plus ing. They were prevented from getting. In letter D, Joe's training accident meant she couldn't participate in the race. So Joe's training accident prevented her from. Here I have to change something because it's participate here, but here it's not participate. It's another expression. Do you know the expression take part? It's the same as participate. So, prevented her from taking part, right? Remember, take part is to participate and take place is to happen. For example, the party will take place next week. A festa irá acontecer. People, these two expressions here are very, very common for FCE. You have to know them. Take part is to participate, and take place is to happen. Write them down for you to remember. Okay, and one more topic now. Some linking words. People, do you know how to say para in English? Para, com objetivo de. We can say in order to or so as to. For example, I study English. Why? In order to travel. Or I study English so as to travel. It's the objective, it's why, it's the reason. I study English in order to travel. I study English so as to travel. Let's see one more example. Let's see. She arrived early in order to see us. Or she arrived early so as to see us. Okay? They are the same, people. In order to is the same as so as to. And they are usually translated as para. Eu estudo inglês para. Ela chegou cedo para nos ver. Com objetivo. Now, what is important here, people? Forget it. Let's go to the third one and then I go back to this part. Let's study now so that. So that. So that is para que. Okay? Let's use this translation, people. In order to and so as to are para. And so that is para que. Okay? Para viajar. And here it won't be para que viajar. Para que eu possa, para que eu consiga. For example, I study English so that, para que eu possa viajar, so that I can travel. Can you see the difference? In order to is para viajar. So that is para que eu possa viajar. Let's see the other example. She arrived early. She arrived early so that, para que ela pudesse ver as crianças. Para que ela pudesse ver a nós, aliás. So that she could see us. So people, the difference is that after so that, you need to use a subject and a verb. A subject and a verb. And after in order to and so as to, just a verb. And here, a subject. Or you remember the grammar. Here you have to use a verb. And here a subject and a verb. Or you translate this as para and this as para que. Then the translation will fit. What else is important? It's important to know the negative forms. People, in the previous video, we were talking about not to. Remember? Not to. The negative form of to is not to. You never say to not. This is a terrible mistake. You say not to. So to make the sentences negative, we would say not to. Not to. And here, in order, not to. So, as not to. In this case, we don't have to, right? But the sentence itself will be negative. You put the negative form here. Something like that. Okay, so negative form, in order, not to. So as not to. Actually, whenever you have to, the negative will be not to. Not only in these cases, in all cases. Okay, not to. Okay, people, so reviewing. In order to, so as to, are para. And so that means para que. Remember, that is an optional word in English. You can only use so. Okay? And here the negative form is not to. Not to. Let's see the exercises. So, fix it here. Letter A. Marcella left home very early because she wanted to be sure of catching the train. So Marcella left home very early. Order. In order, para não perder o trem. In order not to miss the train. Not to. Right? In order not to miss the train. Letter B. He left early because he didn't want to miss the last bus. Now using the word as. So he left early so as not to miss the last bus. So as not to miss. Para não perder. She took something to read to avoid getting bored. Avoid is do verbo evitar, ok? Então ela levou algo para ler para evitar ficar entediada. So she took something to read. What can we use here, people? In order to would. No, we cannot say to would. So we'll probably have to use so that. Let's try. She took something to read so that she would not get bored. Para que ela não ficasse. Can you see that? Para que ela não ficasse. I can't use in order to here because I cannot say in order to would. Would is a modal verb, it does not go with to. Okay, so I used so that. We left the room quietly so as not to wake up the baby. So we left the room quietly in order not to wake up the baby. In order not to wake up the baby. Letter E. You should put an extra jumper on so that you don't get cold. People, jumper is the same as sweater. Okay? Jumper, sweater. In British English. So you should put an extra jumper on so that you don't get cold. You should put an extra jumper on in order not to get cold. In order not to get cold. Okay, so that's our topic now. In order to, so as to, so that. Okay, so practice and see you on video number 3.